Hello, welcome to the House of the Spirit. Welcome home. Today we're going to have a reading for the sign of Aries, and this is going to be for the month of April 2024. Okay, I already have one card. I already tried this reading one time and it didn't work out, and actually the reading really resonated with me, and it was about some technical difficulties actually, and some things that I should improve in my readings. And so it was really nice to also receive messages and advice as I go. And so it's funny like that, how this intuitive and more sensitive part of us works, right? Guiding us into our more successful activities. So I would also like to invite you to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It will help me so much as I'm just starting out. And I would really love to know your feedback and your comments, your opinions, and also your stories. Please share them in the comment section below. I would really love to hear them. And let's start with the reading for the sign of Aries for April 2024. This is Tara, centering. Beautiful. I hope you can see the cards. Let's see if I can adjust this a little bit. If it's maybe a little bit too dark. Okay, I hope you can see the card. So with the tarot cards, we have the 10 of Swords with rebirth, the 9 of Swords with hurt, the Creator, which is the King of Wands, possibilities, the 2 of Wands. Okay, so nothingness with the Hierophant. Beautiful. 10 of Swords again. 8 of Swords. That's weird. Knave of Wands. Ace of Wands. Knave of Cups, or Page of Cups, and 4 of Pentacles. Okay. The King of Pentacles, Judgment. I'm sorry, let me adjust this a little bit so it doesn't have any gleam. The Hierophant again. Wow. Okay. The 7 of Cups. The Page of Pentacles. We have 3 pages. I don't think we have any more space like this. Let's see if I can... No, I think it won't fit like that. Maybe if I just put them like this. There's 2 more cards. Let's see. The 6 of Pentacles and the Fool. So, let me just get this card that fell. There's a card that fell. And this card, this was the card that fell. It fell to the ground. It says travel, seasickness, being lost, disorientation, and release. I'm going to put this card here. There's something about it. Okay. So I will leave these 3 oracle cards to the very end. And let's see. Okay, I'm putting them here. Let's see what this reading has for us. So April, for the sign of Aries. I feel like towards the end of the month, there's going to be a very significant change in some process that I actually feel that you might be in some sort of therapeutic process or healing process, that you are being guided by someone in this process, hopefully. And if you're not, I would strongly advise you to get some guidance, because I feel like you have a lot to process. But I feel like you are already, this is for some of you who are already in this process, who are already doing this this life changing. I feel like you're changing patterns of behavior and patterns of maybe impulsive tendencies, and some things that make you feel lost and make you feel like disoriented, and that you can't choose, that you don't know how to choose. And I feel like this is going to be the month where you're getting closure on some very important matters, and maybe even some relationships that won't continue, because you are moving on to a different stage of your life. I also feel like I feel like you're around young people at this point, whoever I'm talking to, that, or maybe what you're doing is putting you in contact with your inner child or with your younger self, or maybe even memories from your childhood. And I think this is the time to process a bit of cleansing and a bit of I feel like there's a lot of writing also involved in, there's like, it's like process it, like sieving, like putting your thoughts and your ideas to some sort of test, to see if they are worth keeping, or if you should leave them behind. I feel like you're getting a lot of help. If you are a person who is in contact with your spiritual guides, I do feel like you are very much, not alone, and very blessed in that sense. I feel like there's someone holding the light for you and leading the way for you. It can be someone in this plane, but this speaks to me of somebody who is doing this in a different dimension or plane or reality for you. Someone who is connected to you spiritually. It might even not be emotionally, but spiritually for sure. So it might be family, or it might be someone who you felt like connected to you. Let me just see if I can remove this little bright spot here from the cards so you can see them. Okay, that's better. I feel like this is a very spiritual month for Aries. This is a month where you are going through a lot on the spiritual plane, so be mindful that this is a time for cultivating as much inner peace and peaceful states as you can, as possible, because this is the only way you can allow yourself to process. So be gentle with yourself, be mindful, forgive yourself, be forgiving, be treat yourself like you would a baby or a child. You are studying, you are learning, and I feel like this is a month where it's not really a month for Aries to put a lot of things in practice. It's a month of reevaluating, of connecting with your soul, with your most innermost realms and feelings and thoughts, and allow yourself to discover something inside yourself. This is the month of your birthday, so this is very important, because usually on birthdays people kind of take stock of what they've done or where they are in life, and maybe this is a little bit of what's happening here. I feel like this is although there's other people around you, I certainly feel like you're surrounded by people who are helpful and who are well intended, but I feel like this is a very personal process. This is really not something that you can share too much, or that is very good for socializing, maybe even. Which doesn't mean that you can't party, that you can't make your birthday party and be merry and be happy. This is also happening. Like, everything is happening at the same time. What I feel like is this specific process is something that's very intimate, that's very personal. So don't stress if you really can't talk about it. Maybe it's better even to write about it than to talk about it. I feel like sound is something that is maybe a little bit, you're more sensitive to what people say and to your own inner voice. So words and speech, written words. I also feel like it's very nice if you can read something that is helpful for you. So search, books that help you on your path, whatever the keywords you find, or key subjects that kind of fascinate you or that catch your attention somehow and that may be helpful in this development. I feel like this is also very important for you at this time. So let's see what's the advice here. Soil, slowness, physical body, depression, lack. Yeah, I certainly feel like this is something that you're dealing with. If it's depression, I feel like you're going to overcome. There's this feeling of all of this heaviness that is going to be just kind of expelled, like purified, and with help, with a lot of help, love, childlike innocence, play, honesty, essence, child, the child's mind, having the perspective of a child while looking at your own problems. You don't need to ridicule, you don't need to laugh or make something silly. It's just that maybe it's helpful for you to see things in a clearer, see the possibilities, see life from another perspective. And the perspective of the child is very, very helpful, and it also helps us heal the parts of us that normally need the most attention and healing. Darkness, skipping steps, ego, illness, evil, delirium, and danger. Yeah, I feel like studying, being thoughtful, being methodical, being not minding, slowing down, having the time to process, giving yourself the time to process is going to be very important. Because when I saw skipping steps here, it was the the most important word that really popped up for me. Don't skip the steps, go up the stairs of perception, of opening your mind, and don't skip steps, like study things, read, write, be methodical. Don't mind the slowness. Don't mind that you're having a beginner's mind approaching whatever this is and whatever this intimate process is. I feel like it's so enriching for you. It will give you a lot of benefit to master this. So mastering yourself, I think, is really a priority, and it's really a level up for you if you do this, because you will be connecting with your soul on a very, very deep level. It's kind of religious. So if you're religious, using your knowledge of your own religion and your practices right now, it might be very, very beneficial, very important. If you just have your own spiritual practice, whatever your path is, I would really, really use it at this time to take stock of who you are, where you've come, how far you've come, and to understand that you have a lot to give. It's even because of all the pain and the suffering that you might have gone through, and I'm very sorry about that. I'm so sorry. Everybody, has their own way to process suffering, and it doesn't matter if it's something that another person just doesn't really care about, like, oh, it's not that bad, just move on. But each person has their own sensitivity, and maybe you think that because you suffer with certain things that you're not worth, that you're not worth it, and that maybe you don't have something, but you have so much, and it's because of that suffering. It's because of your own sensitivity, your own approach, your own approach to this sadness, maybe to this dark thoughts, is the wisdom that is going to turn this around and make you see life in a different way. So I would say this is a very spiritual month for Aries. I would really apply my attention and energy in my inner world. And I think that you don't really need to worry too much about what's outside. I think it's going to just manifest naturally. It's going to be framed, in a natural way and setting for you. I don't see a lot of effort in this part. Maybe you have to, be a little bit mindful of some aspects, but I don't see the stress on it here. There's not really, this it's not that important, although it's very important, of course, but it's not that important in comparison with this process of healing your relationship with yourself. And there's a lot of a richness, that there's like an inner treasure that's coming from that relationship with yourself, and from healing this past hurt, this I feel like you really have to see through the confusion. This is the most important thing. If you need help, get help. If you feel like you can't do it alone, this is also an advice here, to get the people to help you and to reach out to people you respect, to people you admire. Yeah, thank you so much for this, and please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And if you did like the video, also hit that like button Comment if you would like to share your story and your feedback too. And I hope to see you very soon. Bye.